2027 polls, no consensus yet on candidate as PDP, Labour Party, and Nnpp's major talk thickens. Wow. So NNPP, Labour Party, and the PDP are still talking to merge. I hope these people will not put to beat down because Kwakwanso is greedy, Atiku is greedy. Peter Obi need to be very careful with this so-called major talk. If not, if Peter Obi agrees and choose to play the second fiddle or what did they call it, then he's finished. And then we know that Nigeria is grounded. Because as far as I'm concerned, Nigerians will not vote Atiku, Nigerians will not vote Kwakwanso. That is it. Peter Obi need to be careful with this measure they are talking about. I'm telling you the truth. With post-election issues being addressed at the Supreme Court and politicians accepting their fate, calculations are already ongoing ahead of the 2027 general elections 3 years ahead. The Guardian gathered at the weekend that the gladiators, most especially the presidential candidates of the People Democratic Party, the Labour Party, and the New Nigerian People's Party, are planning to form a formidable party that will sack the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC). Indeed, the moves echo the popular James Freeman's Clark quote that a politician thinks of the next election, a statesman thinks of the next generation. In an interview aired on Channels Television yesterday, a political economist, convener of the National Consultative Front and an ally of Labour Party's Peter Obi, Professor Pat Tommy, confirmed that the party's candidates in the 2023 presidential pool have agreed to form a mega party. So according to him, the proposed new political party is not conceived to actualize the presidential ambition of any of the candidates, but it is about Nigeria and the ordinary people on the street. It is a really clean start. You have to start from the premise that Nigeria has not had a political party since 1999. What we have managed is to create platforms that enable machine politics to grab power, usually for the purpose of state capture. So when asked if Obi, for example, will be the presidential candidate of the new coalition, Otomi said, no, we are not talking about candidates now. We are talking about what the party will look like, the values that the party will stand for, the policies that the party will stand for, and a national strategy. I give a small example. In South Africa, up to one level of the African National Congress, ANC, they had conversations about public policy, and all this flows back to pre- and post-apartheid era. So who in the APC has an idea of what it's doing? Even as one of those who founded it, one of those who wrote the roadmap, I wrote more than 10 letters to the national chairman of APC. I never got one single reply, not even one. And so the APC was just a concoction, a private enterprise of a few people that were justified with the people who they got to run around. And the object was simple. The simple capture, the state capture. So Nigeria needs a political party, not all of these things, okay? Continuing, he said, I am not even thinking of 2027. Nigeria has become a circus of election. Let's leave election for now. Let's look at how our country can be made to work for everybody. And let's create a political party that can bring the issues to the fore for all the Nigerian people to have the kind of consensus on how to solve problems. If we have that consensus, we will find Nigerians who can provide leadership positions, and the provision of those positions will not be about what they get for themselves, because this narcissism is a cancer that is tearing Nigerian politics down. What we need is a people who sacrificially give up themselves to build a great country with their possible reward being immortality. I have had conversations with Atiku Abubakar. I have had conversations with Rabi Kwakwanso. I have had conversations with Peter Obi. And the people like Raf Okengosu of ADC are some of those that will probably constitute some of the base. Okay? And I have said to them, it is not about you, it is about Nigeria. It is about the ordinary person in this state. It is about really truly moving from this business of sharing trickles from oil sales to how we can become one of the most productive economies, because our natural endowment allow that, but our politics has not allowed Nigerians or Nigerian people to produce it. Okay, despite the optimism expressed by Pat Tommy, Atiku of the PDP has expressed willingness to lead a coalition of opposition parties to oust APC come 2027. This came to the fore in a veiled reference from his congratulatory message to governors of the PDP whose elections were upheld by the Supreme Court on Friday. So in a statement, he described the decision of the court as good news for the people of Bauchi, Plateau, Cross River, and Zamfara State, and indeed a win for constitutional democracy. Atiku was quoted as saying, "I am prepared as ever to lead the charge alongside all our leaders and governors for the good of our country." So Atiku noted that with the electioneering phase now concluded, he is certain that the PDP will now be able to focus on its role as the major opposition party in the country, with the party's able governors at the helm along with his humble self. However, the APC Professional Council has knocked the opposition parties in the country over its planned coalition ahead of 2027 general election, declaring the move as dead on arrival. National Director General of APC Professionals Council, Sheyi Bamigbade, said this in Lagos State at the weekend. So Bamigbade, in his reaction, said the former vice president, who had been routinely rejected by Nigerian voters severally, does not have the magic wand that would make him a sellable product before the masses. The APC chieftain counseled Atiku to instead focus on having a happy retirement from the stage, as he would be over 80 years before the next election. Now, wow. So he has been duly advised to stay out of politics, to stay out of the coalition, and allow himself to rest a bit. Okay, but Nigerians are asking, who will be the presidential candidate of this new party? Pat Tommy has not mentioned anybody. He said he has met all the key stakeholders, but no individual person is selected as a president for now, because this is too early. They're still forming it. But it's not about who shall be the presidential candidate. It's about how Nigeria can move forward. The question again is, how do you think this ideology will work? After all, you were part of the people that formed APC, and right now APC has done something else. How are you sure that if you form another one, it will still not turn something else like APC? But again, he's trying to defend it, to say they will start it. He has met different people, and he's sure. Nigerian politicians can be trusted, especially a combination of Atiku Abubakar and Kwakwanso. Peter Obi should just give them space. That is it. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment in this regard.